Hey everyone, Steve here. And today I'm going to talk about the Part Navigator, or the tree inside of NX. There are a lot of tools that are in the tree that I find extremely useful that I know a lot of people do not know about, as well as a lot of other functions and tools that I use that help navigate the tree, as well as what's on screen. So the only requirement is that you're going to need to know how to interface with NX and customize that screen. So if you want to learn how to use the interface in NX, I have a course over at my training site, stephenmargie.com. There's a link in the description bar below, and it's free. So that course shows you how to customize your interface if you need to know how to do that. Again, it is free, giving it to you guys. So with that, on screen I have, you see a few parts. And this is in my training course as well for solid modeling, and I have people go through and design the way that I design things, because I'm not saying I'm the ultimate authority, but I have a lot of luck with very sturdy parametric models that exercise well. So one of the things that I'm a big fan of is using lots of datums, lots of things in the part, and because of that I may generate things that I do not need for the model. Now, I'm going to come into the Part Navigator over to the left side, and I'm going to switch to what's called body view. Right now we're in what's called timestamp order. NX has another view for the tree, and this is a useful view that can be very difficult to understand if you have a lot of bodies. Like if there's tons of bodies in here, sheet bodies as well as solid bodies, it can be confusing. But this is a simple part, so it's not going to be, so that's why I have it up. Now I'm going to right mouse click over here, and I'm going to turn off timestamp order. So I am now what's called body view. This is the body that has all of these things done to it. Okay, so let me click on the name to order this thing correctly. The first extrusion that I made is also the name of the body. Normally I have people rename everything, but in this case, because it's basics class, we didn't worry about it. But this is the actual body that becomes the collector for all of these things. These are all the features that in some way are associated to this body. So there's my datum plane built off of my datum coordinate system. Here's the sketch. Here are the planes that the sketch references. These are my external references, additional planes where they're built from, and these are the curves and dimensions inside of that sketch. So this view can be handy. Again, it's similar to what V5 does. It's different enough that it can be problematic if you really do not know what's going on. Unfortunately, you cannot do Booleans like you can, go over the body and do the Boolean like you can in CATIA, which I think is genius. But hopefully Siemens, if you guys are watching, please, love you guys. You guys are so good at developing things. There's a lot that you can do with this tree to make it a bit more useful for everybody. But in this view, the reason why I'm here is I get this little group called Unused Items. And this is accurate most of the time. And the reason why I say most of the time is you may have an unused item, and you'll see here when I go to delete it, that may be linked to another unused item, and it says, I can't delete it because it's linked to something else, but it may be additional unused items in this tree. So there may be a false negative that happens, but generally speaking, it's pretty good. Now, when I look at this, I have a datum plane right here. I have a sketch. I don't know where it's at. And, that sketch uses another datum plane and a coordinate system. So it's showing me how things are nested, parent-children relationships. So if I turn on the sketch, it's pretty obvious where it's at. If I don't know where it's at, maybe it's off screen someplace, what I will do is I'll have some of these tools that you see right over here handy. And one of them is this one right here. It's called Fit View to Selection. You'll see this in the Sketch Navigator. You'll see this in other navigators now where you can right mouse click on something and it'll fit the Interface Navigator. It'll fit whatever it is picked into the window. And it's super, super useful. As you can see, it takes whatever and centers it on screen and zooms up on it. In CATIA, it's called reframe on. So for the people that are going into NX from CATIA, that's the reframe on right over there. Okay, your center, not the center tree, but to reframe on. That's another tool that we have over here, the center tree for other purposes. So I realized, oh, wait a minute, I really don't need this sketch. I'm going to delete it. And then it goes away. I also have this datum plane. Okay, where's that datum plane? Now I have another tool right over here. It's called pan to selection. Instead of doing a fit, so let me zoom out and zoom over. If I hit pan to selection, it just takes it, whatever the zoom scale is, and centers the part to whatever you have selected. So those are the two ways to use the tree. Pick the tree, item in the tree, and then fit view to selection. It takes it and zooms up and centers it, or just pans the part and puts it in the middle. Oh, I don't need that. I'm going to hit delete. Okay. Now, I have another object right over here. I'm not seeing it in the tree. I'm going to right mouse click. I'm going to go to timestamp order. And I'm going to right mouse click again. I'm going to go back into timestamp order to see if it joggles it. And what's going on with this guy, okay, it was an offset at distance. It was used for something. Now, if I click on this and I say find a navigator, right? It's not finding anything. In navigator, you'll see there are no more selected objects to find down here. Oh, you know what? This is for the assembly navigator. Like if you look at the icon, this is a feature, and because this feature was being used for something and no longer is being used for something, and I deleted it, and this is where things kind of fall over a little bit, because now I can't find it anywhere in this tree because it's not been placed up here. So I haven't tested to figure out all the little nuances. Maybe if I save, I think once I save and then exit out and come back in, it will find it. That'd be my guess. So this may be, you know, timestamp order. I click on it. Okay, you know, it's plane number 4, but I know nothing's being built off of it because if I go to browse, okay, that's that dead end. So that's what I mean by this navigator is pretty close to almost perfect. There are some little nuances and issues that it does have. And I do believe, like I said, once I hit save, it knows that it's not used. And then it puts it into that folder or group. So little nuances. Other nice little nuances that I have, let me right mouse click over here. Let me turn on timestamp order. So how many times have you done this? You make something the current feature, you're way up in the tree someplace, you don't feel like looking for it. Well, there's another tool right over here called Find Current Feature. And this will navigate the tree to the current feature and show you where it's at. Again, if I don't know where it's at on screen, I can pan or I can fit. Another very useful tool that I have for display purposes is, notice when I do a fit, it fits and has all these datums that it takes into consideration. Okay, so it fits those datums. There's another tool that I use, Exclude DATUMs from fit. If I click that, notice it ignores those datums. Now it's fitting just on the part. All right, so if I turn that on and off real quick, you'll see it ignores those datums. Again, a very useful tool. So these are just a handful of tools that I use, customize, bring out for the interface. Again, interface course, go take it. It's free. You'll learn how to do all the things that you need to for the interface in NX. Next, butterfly assembly. Another very useful tool. I know this is in the assembly navigator, but it's another selection tool that's very useful. So I have it pulled off to the side. One of the issues that a lot of people have with the assembly navigator is knowing the component where you've selected it, but it doesn't show it in the tree because it's buried. Well, there's a tool right here It's called Find in Navigator. I know some people know it. They right mouse click in the Navigator, and then if you go down to, let's see here, expand to selected, right? It'll do that. Or you just come over here. This is now active. Hit the Find in Navigator, and it takes it to that object in the Navigator. Okay. If I click something, and then there's this button that says Find Current Feature. This is a current feature thing. That's the Part Navigator stuff. So if I go to the Part Navigator, wait a minute, there are no features. It didn't do anything because I am in an assembly. It just cancels the selection out because there's no feature there to be found. So even though it highlights, there's really nothing there for it to find, and it doesn't do anything. That's why you need to have both of these. This is for the Find the Current feature, and this is the Find in Navigator. Finds and highlights a selected object in a relevant navigator. Okay, so if I pick this and I select that, notice it took me to the Assembly Navigator even though I was in the Part Navigator. So it even switched the navigators for me, found it in the tree, and said, here you go. Very, very useful tools, and that's why I have them right over here, because I know oftentimes I'm digging through the tree or the graphics area, and I want my icons right in the middle of where I am working the most, because those are the useful spots. And again, it's in my interface course. Go take it, free. And this I find to be super useful to have them there. There are other tools that I've had on and had off and do other things. Like I have my update display button over here because I really like to update my display and get a super fine resolution. And sometimes, if you're zoomed up on something and you don't have a background, you can't get to the update display super easy. So I just do that and have that handy. Okay. Again, my interface, the way I like to work. And you'll see a bunch of other tools that I pulled out and made very handy for myself. And it doesn't matter the toolbar that I'm in or tab that I'm in, because these will always stay fixed. Something else that I have pulled out is what's called Create Interpart Link. So if I'm going to create a datum plane, and I wanted to pick this face. Crap. Well, let me pick that face. What if I go to entire assembly? Oh, well, you look at that. I want to create an interpart link. Pick that face. Offsets the datum. When I look at my part navigator, there's my linked face. So that's another very useful tool. Like I said, you saw a moment ago, I have to be able to pick from the assembly or the part that I want to link to. I didn't have that filter set. Now that I have that filter set, I turn that on, and now I get that linked face with my datum. I find that to be super useful as well. And again, I consider that almost a part navigator function, because I can turn on and off what I want linked as I'm designing. Okay? Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you get some hints. You make navigating inside of NX a lot easier, especially for people coming out of V5, because I know there's tools there that I use a lot in V5, and I probably never would have went looking for those tools here in NX had I not used V5. So I was inspired to find, I know NX can do it. I knew it. It's just finding the tool, where it's at, and what it can do. So, that this guy is super useful, being able to fit with or without datums, because sometimes those datums get massive and you don't want to fit and have the datums turn your part into this tiny little thing in the middle of the screen. So I find that to be super useful as well. So again, hopefully you learned something. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. If you're not, leave a comment. Comments are very useful. I get to find out what people are interested in and discuss things that are relevant to how people are working and what's going on in the world. Again, thank you.